It's tough, yeah. Who knew that just some bands, those bands will kick your butt. Those bands are no joke. Yeah, so I'm gonna be putting out more of those too. So like anytime, like let's say you travel or you go somewhere, you also will, or anybody else who's on the call. You guys can look up my band workouts on YouTube, and these workouts are no joke. Failure, okay? A lot of times in this process, we do hit failure points where we mess up. We might have a bad week, bad month, whatever, okay? But just know that as long as you don't quit, failure is not bad and it's not negative. It's what you do with the failures. So you take those failures and you use them as lessons and learn from them, okay? And it's how you respond to these failures, okay? You figure out, what caused the failure, what went wrong, and try to correct it and learn from it and grow and get better. So during this during this journey of fitness and during your journey of life as well, this applies to both fitness and your life as well. This applies to all areas of your life. You can apply this stuff to all areas. But I'm here as your fitness coach, and if any of this is helpful, apply it to life stuff as well, because it all translates. Fitness is like the foundation of your mental health as well. It's all connected. You want to train your body, you got to train your mind also. You got to take care of your body, take care of your mind also. Your brain is the most important muscle that you have. You got to take care of that. So during this journey of fitness, one of the most common causes of actual failure, so I don't really like to call it failure, but when somebody occasionally, unfortunately, sometimes in life, people do fail, okay? We make mistakes, we fall down, but we get back up. But one of the most common causes of absolute failure is quitting after temporary defeat. So it's not a failure. If you mess up, it's a temporary defeat. Okay, it's always going to be a challenge. It's always an uphill climb. There's no like, oh, once I get there, once I lose the weight, everything. We're going to keep challenging ourselves and keep trying to get better. And that's how we grow. Keep that growth mindset. Okay, if we're challenging ourselves, if we are failing or getting defeated sometimes, we're growing as long as we don't quit, right? Quitters never win and winners never quit. Keep that in your mind. So yeah, one of the most common causes of failure is quitting after temporary defeat. And remember that defeat's just temporary as long as you don't quit. You got to keep moving forwards, okay? And if you're always winning at everything, that might mean that you're not doing or trying anything new or difficult. If you're not doing or trying anything new or difficult, you're not challenging yourself enough and you're not growing, okay? You're going to become stagnant, which is the opposite of evolving and growing. You don't want to become stagnant. You got to keep trying after you fail, and you got to be willing to make the sacrifices necessary for reaching your goals. You have goals, and those are important to you, right? But just remember that we can't have something for nothing. So we have our goals, and we want to reach our goals. We want to get these goals. We want to get lean. We want to get healthier. We want to get more fit, but we've got to give something up in return. We can't just expect to get something without giving something in return. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's great opportunity in front of all of us at all times, but we got to be willing to pay the price to get it, right? So you either pay now, right, with a little bit of short-term sacrifice, or we pay later, but we have to pay either way. Pay now or pay later. And if you pay later, it's going to be a lot more painful, right? We could pay now with the pain of self-discipline, short-term sacrifice to get something better in the future in return, or we pay later and it's a lot more painful, right? With, not being where we want to be, a lack of self-discipline, not being healthy, getting a bad report from the doctor or whatever, joint problem, back problem, whatever it may be, right? Or just not feeling good about ourselves and about our choices but we're going to pay. Either way, remember that you're going to pay. So pay now or pay later. I'd rather pay now, with the discomfort and the pain of discipline and sacrifice. And you're actually, long-term, you're gonna get more in return. And you're gonna have a bigger reward later in a positive way. So if we want something in life, like I said, you gotta be willing to give something up in return. It's a trade-off. So what do you want? You can't have both, right? You're like, I wanna be lean, I wanna feel good, I wanna be healthier, but I also want my dessert, my nightly dessert that I have. And you can't have both. Something's got to give here, okay? So you want to get fit, look good, feel good, right? Feel younger, move better, more mobile, more flexible, more energized, stronger, sexier, whatever your goal is, okay, we've got to sacrifice in some areas in order to receive those things, in order to get that. So the sacrifice that you make today is going to improve your future. And I think that should be important to all of us. Or give into our immediate desires and impulses today and make the future harder for us. And there's going to be more pain and suffering in the future if we give in to our immediate impulses and do what's easy today. Later on, life's going to be a little bit harder. I'd much rather suffer today for a better and improved future and a better life tomorrow and in the future. This is the mindset that we have to have if we want to develop success at anything actually in life. But right now, speaking about our fitness goals. And last but not least, the question of the day: what's the difference between the successful and the unsuccessful? The successful sacrifice and are willing to sacrifice. That's how you become successful at anything, by making sacrifice. So just keep that in your mind, guys. And this is how you're gonna win at this every time and reach your goals and reach your fitness goals. All right. Enough with that. What I want to go over, so I want you guys to keep that in your mind and apply that stuff, okay? Also, guys, write your goals down. Write it down on a piece of paper. I write my goals down in this journal here daily. I'm actually trying to do it once in the morning and once in the night, and I'm trying to review my goals and read them out loud so I stay on track and so I stay focused. Twice a day, write your goals down, and I read them out loud, and it gets kind of ingrained in your subconscious mind. And over time, it's not an overnight fix, but over time, your actions will start changing and your daily actions and habits will start lining up with your goals, okay? So write the goals down in a book. Something about pen and paper. I know I could ask you what are your goals, and you might be able to tell me what they are. But writing them down, there's something about psychologically that goes on within the mind, within your subconscious mind. If you write them down with a pen, put the pen to the paper and write them down, okay? It's really important. And review them. If not every day, frequently, at least once a week. But I try to write my goals down daily. Every single day I write them down. If you guys are using the app, a few things I want to go over in regards to the app and training is make sure that you guys are checking in with your weight. I need you guys doing check-ins on time. The big one that everybody doesn't like to do, that everybody forgets to do, that everybody skips because they forgot, because they didn't have time. But it literally takes 2 minutes to take progress pics. There's even a timer on the camera. Okay, set it down and hit that little timer. Reverse the camera, take those progress pics, okay? I know it's uncomfortable, but it makes us really see like, okay, it's a reality check for us, and it's accountability between me as your coach and you guys. We take those progress pics. Make sure you keep those updated. Let's stay on it. Stay consistent. Check your workouts off. When I look at your guys' calendars, I'm looking to see stuff logged, checked off. Sometimes people will say, well, I'm doing them, I just didn't check them off. Well, then there's no point in having a coach. Then you don't need me. I need to see accountability. I want to see you guys' workouts, and I want to see them checked off. I want to see you guys being consistent. And you guys need to be accountable. This is how you're going to get results and reach your goals. Okay, and if you don't have your workouts checked off, I want you guys to communicate with me and say, hey, this is what happened this week, right? I'm giving you guys a goal. I'm giving you guys tasks, and that's how you be accountable, by giving an account of these tasks or giving me your feedback. Hey, the workouts are too easy, or hey, I like the workouts this week. Like Evie was giving me some feedback. Hey, that workout kicked my butt. I love when you guys do that. Bobby you give me feedback as well sometimes. And you don't have to after every single workout. I don't expect you to message me every time, but occasionally, I like to see you guys communicating with me. Hey, the workout was good. Hey, I didn't work as hard as I needed to this week, or whatever. Or sometimes I'll message you guys. Hey, how's everything coming along? I just want a little bit of feedback from you guys, okay, to know where you guys are at, physically, mentally. Hey, my knee hurts, but I've been icing it. It's feeling better. Hey, I'm doing my cold plunges, my cold showers, it's making me feel good, thank you, whatever, anything. I skipped my stretching this week, but I'll get on it next week, coach, whatever, anything. That kind of stuff is gonna help, okay? It's gonna help you, and it's gonna help me to help you even more. So that's very important, guys. Try to be consistent with logging your food in MyFitnessPal. That's the accountability that we need also. It's the one little habit that feels tedious sometimes, but logging your food is going to make quite a bit of a difference. Okay, let's see here. Does that mean? Yeah, that's gonna make quite a bit of a difference. Logging your food consistently. If you have goals, you wanna drop X amount of pounds, you wanna gain X amount of muscle, and we say, okay, in order to do that, you need to eat a certain amount of calories or else it's never gonna happen. You need to eat a certain amount of protein or else it's never gonna happen. A certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of fats, or else it's never gonna happen. By logging your food, now you know how many calories you're taking in, how many protein, how many grams of carbs, and how many grams of fat you're taking in, and this is how you get results, okay? You need to eat a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fats for your goals to happen, okay? If you don't eat a certain amount of calories, protein, carbs, and fats, then you're not gonna be able to reach your goals, okay? And is it working? How are we gonna know? If we don't know how many grams of protein, carbs, and fat you're eating, we don't know if what I've given you is working or not, so we can't make the proper changes. But if you're eating the right foods, your body's gonna transform, okay? And I gave you guys, I have not given you a grocery list yet, which I should have. Let me know so I can give you the grocery list and the frequently asked questions page that comes along with the grocery list. There's a lot of questions that are going to be answered on that frequently asked questions page, guys. And meal prep ahead of time. Have your food cooked. If you guys need help with that, like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. Make some food, make it taste good, marinate it, have it in your Tupperwares, have it ready to go. Okay, you're going to have much more success in being healthy, staying fit, reaching your fitness goals if you have your food prepped and ready ahead of time. I know for myself, if I don't have my food prepped, every time I will fail on my diet and my eating habits, every time. It works sometimes, you can just kind of wing it, like, oh, I'm not gonna cook today for the week. Sunday, I'm not gonna cook, I'm busy, I'll figure it out, I'll just cook during the week. It's more of a headache. Either a little bit of a headache on Sunday to meal prep, or a bigger headache all week long. You choose, okay? Choose your hard. It's hard to meal prep, but it's even harder to try and figure out what you're gonna eat. You gotta plan ahead of time, okay? If you wanna be successful at this, plan ahead of time, know what you're gonna eat, have a plan. If you have your food prepped and ready, you're less likely to go and eat something that doesn't line up with what your fitness goals are. With the app, make sure your guys' workout intensity is there. If you have no movement issues, no injuries, knees feel good, back feels good, push yourself, okay? But be smart. If you feel something hurts, then maybe don't go to failure or lighten up the weight. So workout intensity is very, very important in you getting results. But like I said, if something hurts, lay off of it, ice it, skip the exercise maybe, let it rest this week, come back to it tomorrow, be smart. There's good pain to push through and there's bad pain. When you hear the phrase no pain, no gain, that's with like the muscle burning, right? You're doing your bicep curls and your biceps burn and you need to push it. But you're doing your squats and your kneecaps are hurting, your lower back's hurting. That's not no pain, no gain. That's pain. It's time to stop the movement, okay? Guys, we're in December. These are the challenging months. There's bad food everywhere. Visiting family, it's cold outside. You wanna just relax on the couch and eat some ice cream or eat some dessert and get all comfy on the couch. It's December, January, February. We just want to like bundle up in some nice clothes and eat some comfort food and relax on the couch. And sometimes with this weather, you don't feel like going outside for the run or the walk or exercising in general. I get lazier around this time of year. A lot of people do. So don't do too much that you're going to regret come March, April, May, June when it's hot outside and you get more active. If you keep making the wrong decisions that don't line up with what your goals are, you're definitely going to regret it come these months ahead, May, June, July, August, and it's going to be It's very, very, very easy to put the weight on, to put the excess body fat on that we don't want. And it's very, 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 very hard to get it off. Okay, so stay disciplined, stay on track, practice willpower, practice self-discipline. Make the hard choices today, makes tomorrow a little bit easier. And then, like I said, after a while, these things become a habit. These habits are hard to develop. It's hard to develop. It's like working a muscle, trying to get stronger. But once you develop it, it becomes a habit, and then it requires less thought. It starts to become automatic. So the hard things do begin to get easier. Hold on, I gotta plug in my laptop. The hard things do start to get easier over time, believe it or not. First, it's a routine, and it's challenging. It might be a challenge even, but challenge yourself and grow and get better. Okay, become stronger mentally. You become stronger mentally. You become more disciplined, and you can make these hard choices and hard decisions a little bit easier. Just like if let's say you want to lift a certain amount of weight. Okay, let's say I want to bench press 400 pounds. Okay, if I build up enough strength to eventually bench press that 400 pounds, okay, I could do the 400 pounds now, and I couldn't do it before, but I slowly built up by putting more and more and more and more resistance, and made me stronger and stronger and stronger. So the weight didn't get lighter, I just got stronger. By no means does bench pressing 400 pounds feel light at all. I just got stronger because I stayed consistent, and I practiced and practiced and practiced, and probably failed time and time again, but I didn't quit, didn't give up. I never once said, 400 pounds is way too heavy, I'm just gonna quit and give up. I kept trying, kept practicing, and kept building up more strength, and eventually I was able to bench press that 400 pounds or whatever. But it's the same way with willpower and self-discipline, okay? It's not like some people naturally have more self-discipline than others. It's a muscle that you have to continuously work on and not quit and not give up, and do it even when you feel tired, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's not like some people are just born with more willpower than others. It's something that, somebody was focused on their goal, or there's something somebody wanted out of this process, and they continued and tried and tried and tried. We all have bad days. We all mess up. We might have a bad week, right? And that's fine, but that doesn't mean throw in the towel. You got to keep going and be patient with yourself. Give yourself all the time you need to make the changes that you need to make and get consistent and reach your goals. Okay, make this a lifestyle. Okay, all these things start to just become habits where it's just automatic, right? Grabbing the water instead of the soda, or less beer, or whatever it is, whatever's going to help you to be healthier and be better.